And now we come to the real battle in court. We're going to find someone guilty who I already found guilty. Which means
it's all decided now, I guess. I mean, with this trial.
Not quite. Well, you'll just see what happens.
What's this?
I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. It gave me a fighting spirit all of a sudden.
So then, she's still alive? Inside your heart?
What?
Of course.
Well, oh!
Jesus.
So what do you know, Pedro? Shu Takumi beat, Tetsuo Nomura to it.
Not really, Joe, but this whole inside your heart thing has been done in media for ages.
Yes.
Is it true that Detective is the real killer?
To be honest, we don't have any definite proof.
Good job the judge ain't there, otherwise he'd have stopped the trial immediately after you said that.
But he's the only one who could have done it. Funny you mention that, because in Apollo Justice, that portrait gets replaced with a portrait of the judge.
Huh.
Wasn't he at Lordly Tailor that night? Not to mention, we didn't exactly know his motive.
Details.
Well, those details are kind of important, Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
And that me want to kill, King Bola.
Whoops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom.
Alright, just let me...
I need to find some solid proof.
Let me sort something out. Ready.
It's gotta happen sooner rather than later.
Yes, Grips just charged up a shotgun.
My
October
shotgun
14th, 1221, District Court. Courtroom number 6.
Yeah. Okay. Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Luke Atmey, please take the stand.
Oh, look at him, everyone!
No, not me, him.
But you just said Luke Atmey.
Well, how do you do, Sir Lawyer?
Top in the morning to
Oh, which one?
I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly.
Phoenix rises. When is he not reckless?
2-2? I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given you your perfect alibi. Oh, I know, Turnabout Rise from the Ashes. An alibi by the name of Mask Star Damask.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid even the great Luke Atmey has no idea what you mean.
Don't play innocent with me. You wanted me to find you guilty, so...
Of course, I've been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning.
I just realized I have to fight against my own logic that I just proved yesterday.
I'm afraid there's no way I could know what's been going on in here.
You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct?
Yes, my ass is on fire.
Being tried as Master Damask.
Boy, you sure get around a lot in these courtrooms.
Indeed. It's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses.
Well, he's not wrong.
This statement was ever so true. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them.
And yet poor Spider-Man always gets the shaft.
Take this red diamond ring that sparkles from my divine fingers, for example.
So you continue to insist that you are in fact Mask Star Damask.
Of course.
Almost like your life depends on it.
Very well then, Luke Atmey. Let us begin with this simple question. Did you do it? On October 12th at 1 AM, Cain Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time?
A good starting question.
One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge, but you should be ashamed of itself.
What does that even mean?
Basically, if you're ignorant, you should not be proud of it.
But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge.
Thanks.
Hashtag thanks, look at me.
Thanks, look at me.
Oh, hi, Godo.
Oh, thank God. All right, Mr. Atmey, the night of the murder. Speak. We're listening.
So, have we reset the coffee cup, or we're still going? As you wish,
13.
Sir Prosecutor.
Okay, I hope he doesn't drink too much, otherwise I'm gonna die of cider overdose.
You're lucky you weren't drinking cider in the last part, then.
Yeah.
I was
I'm just
feeling
gonna
there
let
as
you
Master
apart.
Mask, just as I announced I would.
Seriously, he chugs that stuff like it's going out of stock.
I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job.
Well, me and cider court to do.
A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness.
I'm talking about the
Ooh.
coffee, but sure.
Yeah, my cider.
The time at which the camera captured Master Mask trademark was the same as time as the murder.
Oh,
It seems the main point of discussion will be this photo of the crime scene.
Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well. I hope.
Even the great Master Mask cannot be in two places at once.
Ha!
How could I
Joke's on
possibly
you!
be in several places at once.
Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive.
Hang on a minute.
Hold it! Unfortunately, Mr. Atmey, we still have to do your cross-examination. Joke's on you, pal. I once solved a case that involved a guy being murdered in two places at the same time.
A fool is too foolish to know that he's a fool.
Oh, he's Von Karma's cousin now.
Sure, why not?
Francisco, I mean.
I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick.
Unless he's trying to
Well,
give me...
I know you don't know, Jovah, but you should probably use that clip following car that says, well, someone is full of something, alright.
Yeah.
The alibi.
Blah, 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 going on.
Hold it! So this photograph is the proof, correct?
The sound of me drinking.
Indeed it is.
Right.
Nah. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask.
Oh shit. That is why I'm called Master the Mask. Trademark.
Yes. But conveniently, that also means that there is no way to tell who this really is.
Yeah, it could be anyone. What do you mean?
It's the old steel samurai technique.
Are you saying that this is not, in fact, Luke Atmey? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as Master Damas to create an alibi?
Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice?
Lone Wolf Luke.
If Luke Atmey was at KB security during the murder, then the masked Stardamask in this picture has to be a fake.
Then there really was an
There
accomplice.
really was an accomplice.
Okay, now I'm just wondering if Shiroi's doing this to troll Pedro.
Hey, Jovah,
I don't have any ideas right now either.
Yeah?
Hey, Jovah, they could both be true.
Maybe. Maybe. Baseless objections are all this guy wants. There's gotta be another way, and I'm gonna find it. That's right, I'm thinking with my head first before rushing into things. Hold it! I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point.
That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken.
You sent the calling card to Lordly Tailor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right?
Indeed, there was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once.
Multitasker.
It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. The jar?
Yep.
I see. You truly are evil, aren't you?
Yes, evil is what I am.
I guess to be fair, it's not every day that we actually cross-examine someone who we've outed as a villain already.
More
You
like
know, isn't there
diabolical, I
something odd
guess.
about this?
Hmm? Huh?
Maya, it's this attorney. There's always something odd about everything.
Yes, but when even the characters notice, that's when something strange is going on.
Detective Atmey was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if he ever stolen from Lordly Tailor while he was the only one watching it, he done fucked up.
Yeah.
He had no way to maintain his perfect ace detective status.
You know, that's true. It is kind of odd.
No. Photograph contains no words.
This screen does not contain lab days.
Wow, so far we're nearly
Hold
halfway
it!
through the part, and I only had to drink once.
About the camera that took this photograph. Remember, Goat only drinks 17 cups. He's drunken most of them already.
Oh, come on. It's all too clear what you're thinking.
Wait, what? Huh?
You think I altered the timestamp for the photograph, don't you?
Well, I'm surprised no one else tries to do that. Oh. I'm afraid that's impossible. Every time he does that pose, I keep thinking he's gonna drink.
Yep.
The camera was set up by Lordly Tailor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Tailor's staff that printed that picture's data.
Whoa,
I feel so
crud.
dirty. I feel so dirty saying data. Unfortunately for a defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered.
What's wrong with the word data?
I see. But data sounds so much more natural. Data sounds like a baby thing.
That Japanese Chinese cat and key from Goonies.
So the Samurais,
It has to be, or it couldn't have killed Mr. Bullhart at KB Security.
It's data. End of story.
Yeah, data.
But I'm not really spotting anything unusual.
It's like that episode from Star Trek where the data the next generation corrects the arsehole doctor for getting his name wrong.
Anyway, either Mass Starter Mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is.
Basically said, "What is my name?" The other is not. I love data.
Spelling makes all the difference.
But pronunciation is key. Hold it!
Okay, I love data when it's not in Star Trek Generations.
So, by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here, is that correct?
Tio?
It is. That's it. The very thing that proves I committed a crime.
And now allow me to unprove that you committed the crime. Wow, Verseal's weird.
Surely even you understand by now.
Lordly Tailor provided that camera. There's no way I could have tampered with it. That means I could not have killed Kane Bollard unless I had an accomplice.
Which reminds me, tomorrow I need to get some things.
Accomplices leaves what they're planning.
Oh boy.
Oh no, the night was off again.
Come on, think long and hard about that night. The basement warehouse, and this picture that supposedly captures it. It's got to be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture, player?
Yeah, I think I've noticed ever since the fucking beginning. I implying this picture is a fake.
You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture.
Stranger things happen in this picture.
That's just the thing to. With this attorney, there's always going to be those moments where you've kind of found the solution before Phoenix does. So you can present that piece of evidence right now. So you have
I
to
know,
like,
but the moment we presented the photo, I say, "Oh, there's that thing." Whatever.
Very well, let's hear what you have to say. What about this photograph do you find funny?
There we go.
Take that!
The puddle?
The
Yeah.
funny part is right here.
Why, this is a blood stain! Ah, blood! Now this case is getting interesting.
Judge.
Not
A
exactly.
little bit of murder to spice up the case.
This stain is actually pink paint.
Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that.
Sorry, Judge.
From blood to peaches, the judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. Oh my god, he's exactly like you, Dwibs.
It's the age.
Yeah,
thing,
exactly. No wonder you got me to play the Judge, Jovah.
The problem is, when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse, it turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen.
Well, Mr. Wright,
Here we go.
what is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains?
Imagine. Clearly.
Take that! The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following.
I suck at my job.
Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, the golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall.
Aha!
I realized that the statue be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it.
Okay, Dwib's impersonation time. I myself was there the night the theft took place, and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there. I'm not joking. Objection! But when I went there the day after the theft, yeah, doing both the puzzle guitar and funny. Statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally? Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy.
Alright, Apollo, scooch over. I'll take it over from here. It
Sure.
would take more than an accidental push to move in that distance.
In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved at night?
Is
420, prove it, faggot.
Can you do it, Nick?
Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it?
Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you're prepared with your answer.
Your Honor, is my
Wrong.
name.
Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime?
I will pretend that did not happen.
Well, you didn't give me the right answer.
Yeah, it
so
was the
you're
ghost
wrong.
of Mia.
Take that! The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke Atmey!
Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions.
People like throwing the word delusions around these days.
Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions?
It's very simple. One, they aren't delusions. And two, the witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night.
That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue?
To prove how strong you are?
The reason for moving the golden statue. Here is where our battle really begins.
Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue?
For the lulz.
Yeah.
The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me, you pretended to be Mask Stardom Mask. To create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Tailor that night.
In quotation marks.
A lot.
Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you, Bob. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw.
Turn around, Pinocchio.
If the statue had been there, your lie would be exposed like a cheap film at a drugstore.
Like, they put ballistic in drugstores? That kind of makes sense, actually.
That is why you moved the statue.
A single fatal flaw? Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does this lie exist?
The pink stain. Come
Nope.
on. The
Take
timestamp
that!
again.
Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp.
What do you mean?
Huh. I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atmey went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to have been at Lordly Tailor at this time.
But what does that have to do with the statue being moved?
Remember, if you will, Your Honor. When was this statue placed beside the warehouse door?
Well,
Wrong! Gotcha.
the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime. Sorry, my throat is sore.
Yeah.
And it was placed there in order to cover up the paint.
That it was. Exactly. Luke Atmey had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place.
What the?
Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the warehouse yet. The basement warehouse.
Ah.
It's all coming together. So, on the day of the crime, Mr. Atmey must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak.
What's with these analogies?
Why?
Well,
Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be.
dun, dun, dun,
But
dun.
still, that analogy makes no fucking sense.
Don't you get it? Long-tailed cat in the coat factory? A cattail? What they make furniture out of? Is why Luke Atmey had to move
Okay,
the statue
fair
on the
enough.
night of the murder.
Don't make sense to me.
He did it to make the room match with the way it had been in his photo. Good attention to detail, bud. I'll give you that.
Bang. Order! Order! Mr. Atmey! Is this true?
One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this?
Oh, what's that you got, Frosty?
What's that?
The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of a crime.
Of course. Objection! It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lordly Tailor staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data.
Order! Order! Mr. Godo! What is the meaning of this? Getting ready. There we go. I think so.
Cup 14.
Godo! I warned you about making me wait! Now put that coffee down!
Put that
Cup
coffee
it down!
No!
Cup.
Actually,
it's
Jovah, you were
11.
wrong, apparently.
Never mind then.
I've promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial.
How, you don't have to go to the bathroom already?
More
Amazing.
specific.
Which means I'm still good to the last drop.
Wait, can't you round it up or round it down? 17 is a very awkward number for me, and I'm very picky.
Not just
No.
that, Shiro. In my country, it's actually a very symbol of bad luck.
A good point. So
It's
what?
like, either make it 20 or make it 15, for fuck's sakes.
No. We're all but travelers on a road of infinite points.
Here we go again.
The irony. Godo loves coffee, I hate the stuff.
You know, can you just write a Facebook status on that instead of, telling us about
I
this?
think you've got your points mixed up with your other points.
Ooh.
So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time,
Yep, Baru.
and that the statue was moved in order to make it match.
Yep.
That's a very interesting idea. However,
Please don't say it. Please don't say
there's
it.
one point that can't be denied.
Oh boy.
Which is... Please stop laughing like that.
No. That is only a possibility. Besides, I'm the prosecutor. You can't stop me. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe
Oh, so procrastinators?
can never reach their dreams.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's very true. No, the students did that one then.
No way! Don't fall for that, Your Honor!
Hey, Mr. Damask.
Yes?
If there's no funny business in your actions as Master Damask, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it.
In other words, testify again?
Yep.
Yes, please provide this court of your testimony.
There we go.
In the next part.
Alright, now if you'll excuse me, I gotta go to the coffee machine and get my 86,285th cup of my life.
Sure.
Starbucks
Go
must
ahead.
love you.
Yeah, in fact, I love it so much, I bought my local Starbucks
I am not
and
surprised.
renamed it Godo's.
I wish I could buy my local Starbucks.
I prefer Costa myself.
Well, see you next
Whatever,
time.
see you in the next part.
See
See
ya.
you, everybody.